Protesters for Michael Brown are on the streets while they wait for a grand jury decision. Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 18th, 2014. I'm Bria Love.
I'm Angie Bailey. Eric, protesters in Clayton, Missouri are shutting down streets over the death of Michael Brown.
They're demanding a decision from the grand jury as to whether Officer Darren Wilson will face charges for Brown's death. A state of emergency has already been put in place in Ferguson in case there is violence after the decision. There's still no word on what day the grand jury decision will come down. Federal investigators will be on the scene of a plane crash in Fulton later today.
The plane went down
A Palestinian attack at a Jerusalem synagogue killed 4 people this morning. Israeli media reports 2 men attacked the synagogue armed with axes and knives. Police confirmed after killing 5 Israeli worshippers, the men were shot and killed by officers. Tensions have risen in recent weeks between Israelis and Palestinians. A Syrian official says Damascus has agreed, quote, in principle to the UN's call for ceasefires in the country. A UN envoy in Syria is pushing for local ceasefires in an effort to ease the worst fighting in the country's civil war. The minister said the Syrian government will need more details before it can make a final decision. The UN is calling for a truce in the northern city of Aleppo as first step towards peace. A heater is to blame for an apartment fire north of Columbia. The Boone County Fire Department was called Monday afternoon to a 4-unit apartment on Northeast Circle Drive. Residents were home at the time the fire started, but no one was injured and no other apartments in the building were damaged. The battalion chief says the apartment has around $20,000 in damages, and he encourages others to check their furnaces before turning them on this year. MoDOT is asking motorists to rate Missouri's rest areas. The department has installed QR codes at each stop, which will take smartphone users directly to the survey. The posters are located at all Missouri rest areas, welcome centers, and truck-only parking. Facebook is working on a new service called Facebook at Work. Sources say the service would help employees collaborate using a newsfeed, groups, messaging, and sharing documents. The company plans to keep the at-work experience separate from Facebook's other tools, such as users keeping their personal and work profiles separate. Facebook declines to comment, but sources say this tool could launch as early as a few months from now. Certain forms of synthetic drugs are illegal, but manufacturers keep getting around those laws. Right here in mid-Missouri, our reporter found some stores are selling what are essentially new versions of the same old drugs.
Target 8 investigators.